Welcome to my AFL tips for round 17. Let's have a quick look how we did in round 16 first. We basically got all 7 games in round 16, including the 50-50 game with Port Adelaide versus Carlton. We are now sitting at 83 correct tips, 1 draw out of 110 selections. And the margin, we got 4 out of the 7, which is now taken us to 54 out of 110, which is pretty much almost right on the 50%, which is definitely losing there if you took all of those. Now, one thing I did have a look at this week was what would happen if you just took every tip that I put as a predicted winner. You would actually be up several units in profit. So it's been a pretty good year on the tipping, but there's always better that we can do. Obviously, we've missed like 27 selections there. A lot of those have been upsets, though, that many people have missed in the tipping comps. I'm still sitting first in the tipping comp. Obviously, with a 7 out of 7, that held that position. I didn't get any further up away from second place. He also got 7, but it's still going good, and we've only getting to the now in round 17, we're getting close to the end. Looking at how we did with the bets last week, we only had one value bet at $1.67, so that took our profit on the value bets up to just over 2.5 units. The other bets, which are the 18 plus predicted winning bets, all came off, so we had 4 of those, adding about 0.6 of a unit, taking us up to over 4 units with nothing being both of those. So let's have a look at what we have in round 17 for our predicted winners. So in North Melbourne versus Western Bulldogs, we have Western Bulldogs with an 86% chance of winning, predicted margin of 41. The odds are pretty short there at $1.12. The handicap being at 42.5 means we will take North Melbourne only by the 1.5 points there. But that will be a bet given that the predicted margin is out above 18 points. Carlton versus Collingwood. We have Collingwood, 69% chance of winning. Predicted margin is 17. They are $1.23, which is probably a little bit short for a 17-point margin. The handicap there is 27.5 though, and given that, it will be Carlton on the handicap to win that one. West Coast versus GWS. We have GWS at a 70% chance of winning. Again, a 17-point predicted margin, so it's not a bet. They are $1.31. West Coast has been playing good here and there, so wouldn't be surprised if West Coast can actually get an upset here. The handicap is 22.5, so we're going to take West Coast on the start. Essendon versus Gold Coast. We have Gold Coast 71% chance of winning. It's 19 points for the margin, which does make it a bet at $1.32. The handicap there is 22.5, so we will take Essendon on the line. Geelong versus Richmond. We have Geelong as the predicted winner. 94% chance of winning. I really can't see how Geelong loses this. Should be close to 100%, hence it's up in the 90%. We don't get many of those. Predicted margin is 53 points. The odds are $1.05. The handicap is 59.5. That's a huge handicap. Can Richmond actually stay within the 59.5? I think they will, so we'll take Richmond on that handicap. Brisbane versus Port Adelaide. We've got Brisbane at 78% being at home. Predicted margin's 27, so again, it's a bet at $1.23. Brisbane is giving away a head start of 26.5, but they should just cover that. St Kilda versus Hawthorn. We have Hawthorn at 68%. Predicted margin there is only 16, so no bet there. Odds are $1.36. Handicap's 18.5, so we will take St Kilda to win there with the head start. Sydney versus Fremantle. We have Sydney. Sydney's been a bit up and down this year. 59% chance of winning. So this is the closest game we have in the round at 8 points for the predicted margin. The odds are $1.65. So we're going to take Fremantle on the plus 8.5 start that they get. And last game, Adelaide versus Melbourne. We are going to take Adelaide at 76% with a 24-point predicted margin. Odds are $1.26. Handicap is minus 25.5, meaning we're going to take Melbourne there because they should cover by a couple of points. So we're on all favourites again this round. No upsets whatsoever that we can tip here. So we are going to be placing a few bets. If we look at the fair odds, you can see, given we are on all the favourites and the odds have not been great, none of these are really close to what the fair odds should be. And that happens when we start to get to the extremes, like 70, 80% predicted chance of winning. So no value bets this round, but we have a number of 18 plus bets. So if we look at the 18 plus bets, we basically have Western Bulldogs, Gold Coast, Geelong, Brisbane, and Adelaide all as bets this round. Hopefully, if they all win, we should get approximately 1 unit, just under 1 unit. It's 0.98, and that, if we get all those, should take us up to over 5 units for the season since we started tipping. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. One quick update on the NRL video I posted yesterday. I incorrectly put the West Tigers when it should have been the Warriors. That was pretty much a autocomplete, and when I copied it into the presentation, it just picked up the wrong team. I did check the rating. The rating is correct for the Warriors. It was just a typo in the team name. And the Roosters are still the tip in that tip. I will also get the Crunchy Frog video out later this week to see how we've gone. There is a game starting, I believe, today, being India versus England. We are on the draw for that game, obviously laying the draw, following the strategy, backing the other two teams. I believe both are above $2, so I think we are actually looking at either team winning and we can actually come out in a profit. But I believe India are the underdogs, so we'll be cheering them on in that game. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and hopefully everyone can get their tips on and we can have another clean sweep and get 8 out of 8, but we'll see how we go this week. Thanks for watching, and look out for the next videos in the next few days. Thanks, everyone.